Defense especially. And then this year, coming in, we have a lot more competition that's driving everyone up together instead of just a few kids being good and the rest falling behind.
Yeah, and so with the season starting less than a month away, what are some things you guys are going to work on this offseason?
Strength. Our weight room has improved a lot. A lot of numbers have gone up. Maxes, everything, just reps all across the board. Weight room's where it's really been at. And then understanding our assignments, we switched up our offense a little bit and changed our defense just a tiny bit. So knowing all the new rules and assignments.
And so as a senior, and obviously playing on the defensive side of the ball, you mentioned one of the strengths being defense. How have you guys been able to custom the strengths that you guys have in defense? Just because you're a leader on the defensive side of the ball, what are some things that you've tried to instill into the younger class?
Just aggression, but also being able to know when to hold it back so that way you don't miss a tackle because you're being too aggressive and then you just look like an idiot. You know, you have to be able to learn when you need it and when you don't.
So, at the end of the day, for you, what is something that you are looking to accomplish at the end of the year?
I want to break the solo tackle career record. I already got in a game and in a season, so I want to break the career one.
Going off of that, congrats, buddy.
Thank you.
That's big. How does it feel to be able to, I guess, be that kind of defensive anchor on the team? Going in each and every Friday, knowing that you're going to give it your all every single season.
It's great. It's a good feeling being able to hold the defense accountable and having other people look up to me. And the only time it really isn't the best is when you get injured or something and then you know your defense is counting on you. But this year, I was out for a little bit and our defense stepped up without me, and I think they know how to handle it by themselves.
And last question for you. At the end of the day, what's the thing that you guys are really trying to do to get
I think just the confidence level. I think from the last few years of Heritage not being too good at football, I think the confidence level is just what we need to get up, and then that'll lead us into more victories and excellent playing, you know.
With this team, I've noticed throughout the years that we have become more focused, especially in the weight room and off-season training. Everyone has just come together and trained hard the last couple of years, and especially our senior class, we're really close, and we can all relate to each other, and we push each other in the weight room, and I've definitely noticed that throughout other classes.
And so with the season starting less than a month away, what are some things that you guys prepared for in the off-season going into this year?
Just getting stronger, really. Like in the weight room, I know everybody's improved a lot. We just had our max week, and I know everybody gained in some way. So this off-season, everybody has just prepared mentally, physically, and just the focus in every aspect of the game has improved a lot.
And what would you say is the culture that you guys have at Heritage? I know that you guys say that you guys rely a lot on strength, and that's a big part of what you guys do for football. But as a brotherhood and as a whole, what would you say that defines?
Well, our culture has improved drastically over the years, and it shows because, I mean, we're all brothers and we all love each other a certain amount of way, and it really shows on and off the field. Not just because we still all hang out off the field and we all care for each other and we're there to get better with each other. So Heritage football is we are culture, you know.
And going into this year as a senior, one of the anchors on the offensive line, also potentially one of the anchors on the defensive side of the ball as well. What are some things that you were trying to instill into the younger class?
Just get better every day and every rep, you know. Sometimes at practice you may not feel it and you may not feel like being there, but just focusing on getting better will help your game tremendously in the long haul, you know. And just focusing on helping each other out and getting better every day.
And then last couple of questions for you. What's one thing that you yourself personally are looking to accomplish this year?
Compete for a conference. I mean, I think that's said for everybody. Everyone wants to compete for conference, but I feel like with this group we're really confident and we know what we can do, and conference is our big goal, and sectional title and move on.
And then as a whole, as a team for Heritage, what's one thing that you were really trying to look forward to try to take that next step?
Well, I think this year we're taking the step to compete with bigger programs, bigger schools, bigger guys, which we know we can do. And I feel like that's been our goal building up to now, is just competing with bigger schools and bigger opponents.
Their commitment to what we're doing. As far as kids missing workouts and those things, it doesn't happen, at least not unexcused. The guys have been good about being committed to what we're trying to do. We have a lot of kids that are involved in numerous things, whether it's other sports, FFA's big at Heritage, 4-H, so religious things. So we have, guys are pulled in a lot of directions, but they communicate well, and I usually know where everybody is, and I think that's important when you're trying to build a culture in a program.
And so it's crazy that the season's less than a month away. We're already almost in August. What are some things that you guys have been trying to work on this offseason?
A little bit of everything, really. We put a lot of emphasis on, working for work's sake and not expecting anything in return. Developing if there's one virtuous trait that I would think that every human being should learn, it's how to work hard. Whatever that means. It doesn't have to be physical labor. It could be mental or, whatever your endeavor is. And I'm not going to say, when I was a kid, or we don't have that anymore, or whatever, but I just think young people need to learn that, hey, you're going to have to get your butt out of bed, and you're going to have to work, and sometimes you're not going to get rewarded for it. Sometimes you might even get fired, so really investing in that, and then, the surprising thing is we know that a lot of times it does work out, right? You do get a promotion, you do win games, you do gain accolades and things, but that is a byproduct. That's not the goal, and so that's really been the main emphasis of everything we do.
And so you talk about goals. What's the goal that you were trying to bring to Heritage to try to take that next step this year?
Be better than we were yesterday, and that's kind of become a common thing, but in reality, I think it's the battle we all face, daily. Do I want to put it in like I did yesterday? Do I want to, do I have to go do this? And do things become a labor, or are they things that you go get? And so we just want to be a little bit better than we were the day before, in whatever regard that means. Whether it's strong, bigger, faster, stronger, competing, being a better teammate, being able to trust better, whatever those things are, we just want to be better at those things daily. And eventually, then obviously, you hit the goals that you have, whatever those may be personally. Get a promotion, make more money, win a game, marry the woman of your dreams, whatever those things are, you end up getting them.
And so, last question for you. You guys have a lot of experience on this team. A lot of experience that you guys have. How does it feel to be able to have guys on this team to be able to go out and kind of lead the younger class?
Well, there's a number of things to that. A lot of coaches, it's a numbers game at any level, and just the quality of your practice. What you can get accomplished when you have, 75 bodies instead of 35. And I've coached both as a head coach. So there's that aspect to it. Experience-wise, experience from last year. We still have a lot of kids that are experienced but raw. That makes sense, They're experienced in Friday night, but they're not experienced in being in those situations and being at the end of a game against a high-quality opponent. We have two teams in our conference that have been to state the last 2 years. I want to see our boys compete in the fourth quarter against them, because we haven't yet. And this isn't commentary on anybody else in the conference. But if we're playing a one-touchdown ball game week 5 against AC in the fourth quarter, now we've got some experience that's valuable, right? So we need to add that layer to where we are right now.